Tonight on CTV News at 11:30. A long-awaited announcement today on Manitoulin, this one from the Premier himself.
Do whatever it takes to get the bridge there because this is an economic corridor.
The swing bridge, just one of three he made while on the island. Plus, Sioux police are investigating a death from this morning at Algoma Treatment and Remand Center. And weighing in on off-road vehicles on city streets.
Timmins Police Service is not supportive of ATVs on city streets.
Timmins Police Chief makes their position clear when it comes to ATVs on municipal roads.
CTV News at 11:30 with Ian Campbell and Rick Wyman with weather.
Well, good evening. Thanks for staying up with us. It was a very busy day for Ontario's Premier as Doug Ford made his way from one end of Manitoulin Island to the other, including the next steps in replacing the historic swing bridge at Little Current were announced. CTV's Angela Campbell starts us off tonight.
This is the only road crossing onto Manitoulin Island. This single-lane historic swing bridge is about to be replaced.
We just got to go full steam at it and do whatever it takes to get the bridge there because this is an economic corridor. Changes people's lives.
Now it's considered an Ontario heritage site. Locals and travelers alike know the lifeline that bridge brings to the island for now and over the last several decades.
Premier Doug Ford was in Little Current to announce the detailed design contract for the replacement bridge has been awarded to Stantec Consulting.
We're very excited to see this next step take place, and as everybody on the island knows, it's become the topic of the day. It's no longer saying it's a sunny, bright day. It's how's that bridge going today? So I'm really happy to have this happen.
The $9 million project will replace the 112-year-old single-lane bridge with a wider two-lane structure, which is still expected to swing for boat traffic. Those who call Manitoulin home say it opens up more possibilities for infrastructure to move across.
People are looking at modular homes, and right now they can't fit across that bridge. It costs extra for homeowners to purchase those modular units to create homes for themselves.
We need that extra width because sometimes the engineers have expanded to the point where the old bridge cannot accommodate. They got to come by barge or they've got to be broke down into pieces.
The Premier says construction will begin early next year.
So they'll keep the one open until the other one gets built. I can't wait to come back. No, this is historic stuff happening.
During peak summer months, 4,500 vehicles cross the bridge daily, and it's the only road access onto the island. So the replacement will improve traffic operations for residents and tourists alike. Angela Campbell, CTV News, Little Current.
The Premier started his visit to Manitoulin Island in Wikwemkong. He announced funding for a long-awaited redevelopment of a nursing home. CTV's Lindsay Alick has more.
3, 2, 1. Shovels are in the ground. The province has announced a $45 million investment through the Capital Funding Program.
This means we are building 58,000 new and redeveloped beds across the province of Ontario, but even here in this beautiful community. I want you to know that there are many other Indigenous projects that are coming through this ministry, and we will continue that partnership and that hard work of reconciliation and repatriation and bringing elders home.
The new Wikwemkong nursing home will replace the community's existing home, which was set to expire this year.
I pleaded to the government stating if we don't get the funding for this long-term care facility, those elders who were removed as children will get removed a second time as elders. Our current facility is still equipped to house our elders. So the ministry did extend our license for another couple of years until the new build is completed.
The new facility expands the nursing home from 56 to 96 beds.
And I can't wait to come back and see the actual elders home, because as you've heard over and over again, nothing means more to all of us than our elders, our parents, our grandparents, and as you've heard many times, they're the ones who built communities that took care of us, and as Natalia and everyone else said, it's our turn now to make something beautiful.
Chief Almanica says construction will begin spring of 2026 with the hopes of moving residents from this facility to the new site by 2028. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Wikwemkong.
The Premier wrapped up his visit in Gore Bay today, announcing funding for another long-term care home, St. Joseph's Lodge. That build will have 64 new modern beds and feature services such as optometry, a hair salon, and spiritual care. It's under construction and is expected to welcome its first residents in 2027. Well, new tonight, the union representing striking postal workers is backing down on a nationwide strike, saying they will get parcels and mail moving again while it fights for a good collective agreement. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers announced tonight that they will shift to rotating strikes from an across-the-board work stoppage. The full strike began 2 weeks ago after the federal government announced sweeping changes to the Canada Post mandate, which would allow the Crown Corporation to significantly overhaul its service. The change takes effect Saturday morning. Meanwhile, striking workers in North Bay joined their colleagues across Canada picketing in front of Purolator offices today. According to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, Canada Post has been shifting business to its subsidiary Purolator, which continues to deliver parcels amid the postal strike. The latest job action was sparked when the federal government announced it would end daily door-to-door delivery over the next 10 years in favor of community mailboxes, plus other cost-saving measures. The union opposes the changes.
So how much of their business are they actually shipping over to the other side that they're reporting a loss and Purolator is reporting profits? So where are the numbers coming from? Why hasn't anybody been looking at the financial books on this?
Canada Post denies that it is intentionally pushing parcel business to Purolator, which is independently operated and managed. A large portion of the Purolator workforce is represented by Teamsters Canada Union. In a statement to CTV News, a union spokesperson says it supports all those fighting to protect good jobs. Purolator simply states it is not a party to the ongoing labor dispute. In other news, police have laid charges in the death of a 3-month-old baby back in January. Emergency crews responded to a call January 13th on Lavaz Road where they found a child who initially had no vital signs. Paramedics took the child to hospital with life-threatening injuries where the baby died 6 days later. Today, police arrested a man and woman. They face several charges, including manslaughter. Sault Ste. Marie police are investigating a death at a correctional facility today. The call came in just after 9:30 this morning. Police say one person died suddenly this morning at the Algoma Treatment and Remand Center. 2 men are now in police custody in connection to a homicide investigation on Ginogaming First Nation. The 2-day search this week began early Wednesday morning after police responded to reports of gunshots and found one person dead. A shelter-in-place advisory was broadcast as they swept the area and told drivers not to pick anyone up from Highway 11. Residents are being told to expect an increased police presence as the investigation continues, but the shelter-in-place order has since been lifted. Sudbury's Turtle Pond Wildlife Center is facing a new challenge. A lack of veterinary services for the wildlife it cares for means it can no longer take in animals that require vet services. CTV's Elena Everson reports.
Turtle Pond Wildlife Center founder Gloria Morissette feeds a saw-whet owl with a wing injury. It's healing, but the center can no longer take in animals that require veterinary services like examinations, x-rays, or pain management.
Our wonderful vet that I've worked with for 10 years is, I finally worn her out, and she'd like to take a step back and just reduce the species of animals that she deals with.
Morissette says it leaves a void, providing services for animals and birds, but the vet will continue treating reptiles.
Because we don't have the ability to treat trauma cases, especially, severely hurt or animals that, require a humane euthanasia, we can't provide those services right now.
Katrina Vandelite is an animal caregiver and has seen many animals recover and grow from being orphans. She says it's rewarding.
The best part is to see them come in and you get to see them progress, and then you release them back out into the wild, and yeah, it's what I'm here for.
Morissette says she is hopeful in time the center can return to caring for all wild animals that need care.
What I would really like to see happen is multiple vets get involved, where it's not going to be such a burden on one individual. vets are strapped here in Sudbury as well as across the province.
Right now, the centre has 140 orphaned, injured, and sick animals under care and maintenance. Alana Everson, CTV News, Valcarin.
We're learning more about where the chief of Timmins Police and his organization stand when it comes to all-terrain vehicles or ATVs on municipal roads. CTV's Lydia Chubak explains.
Police Chief Sidney Leckie was asked to look into whatever statistics the Timmins Police Service has on all-terrain vehicles, and he filed his report to the board today. Last year, 23 official complaints were made to the Timmins Police Service about all-terrain vehicles in the municipality, and so far this year there's been 19. He says while the number of complaints and offences issued by police are relatively low, that doesn't mean ATV-related crimes are not happening.
It is something I have heard from our community members, especially in the South End when I'm out and about.
He says he looked into a past report presented to Timmins Council by former Chief John Gauthier 5 years ago and says the Timmins Police Service maintains the same view as it did then.
The Timmins Police Service is not supportive of ATVs on city streets, and whether it's ATVs or off-road vehicles. I think from a public safety perspective, it is not a wise thing to do, in my opinion. We are the ones who deal with the complaints, and we deal with the collisions and all that comes from it. So our position hasn't changed. It remains the same, that we are not supportive.
He says his report will be forwarded to council. The chief also highlighted how a recent provincial change to increase security measures at courthouses has added a financial pressure on the service.
It adds pressure because we need resources to be able to, human resources, our special constables to be able to man those locations, a little bit longer operating hours, and that means we need more people to be able to do that.
The chief says there is an added challenge in the city because there are courthouses in multiple locations, including one inside a mall. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
Time now for a short break here on CTV News. Coming up, Rick will have your full weather forecast. For now, look at the current conditions, and we've got a little more clear skies compared to yesterday, but things still definitely on the cool side. A little warmer, but not by much. Sudbury 5 degrees, Timmins 2, Wawa 8 degrees, 11 in Gore Bay. Certainly the hot spot at the moment. We're going to have more details coming up in a moment.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400 from your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Weekend is here and we're gearing up for the Thanksgiving dinner and all the things that come with Thanksgiving weekends. Long weekend for a lot of people, perhaps starting things off on Friday, continuing right through until Monday. But first, let's see what kind of weather you can deal with over the course of the next couple of days. This is what it's going to look like by about noon tomorrow. Overcast conditions and rain in the afternoon, Greater Sudbury and other areas across the northeast. And of course, continuing up until the early hours Saturday morning, Perry Sound, and moving easterly towards Algonquin Park. And again, some cloud cover on Saturday. So we'll take a look at some of the temperatures and conditions. Sudbury Nickel Belt, chance of showers for tomorrow. Starting at around perhaps in the afternoon, 14 the high. Saturday, chance of showers 16. Cloud cover Sunday 17. No rain in the forecast right now, just cloud cover on Thanksgiving Monday. Tuesday, chance of showers at 15 and more cloud. Wednesday also at 13. Those temperatures above normal. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma, showers for tomorrow at 14. Chance of showers Saturday 30% at 15. Sun and cloud Sunday 17. Thanksgiving Monday, some sun, some cloud, the chance of showers 30 to 40% right now, high of 16. Tuesday, chance of showers and 13, so certainly a bit warmer than what we've had this week. Timmins Cochrane Kapuskasing, chance of showers tomorrow 13, cloud cover Saturday at 16, sun and cloud Sunday 18. Holiday Monday, sun and cloud, nice day there, 16, and Tuesday, chance of showers at 14. Again, those temperatures well above normal. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake. Chance of showers for a couple of days at 40 and 30%. The highs 15 and 16. Sun and cloud Sunday at 17. Thanksgiving Monday, we've got sun and cloud 17. Nice day there. Let's hope it doesn't rain. Tuesday, chance of showers 15 and more cloud cover Wednesday for 13 degrees, the expected high. North Bay and West Nipissing now, chance of showers for a couple of days at 40 and 30%. Daytime highs hovering around 16, 17 on Sunday. Sun and cloud Monday. Sun and cloud for Thanksgiving Monday, 18, 15 Tuesday. Chance of showers at 30%. And sun and cloud Wednesday, once again, 13. So Ian Campbell, a little bit of everything. We've got some sun and cloud, the chance of showers, and some cloud cover over the course of the next couple of days for the long weekend. Back to you.
Thanks, Rick. Well, it's a sure sign snow might be just around the corner, not to mention winter and the holidays. Tonight, CKPC unveiled the schedule for its annual holiday train schedule. The festive tradition, which raises funds and non-perishables for food banks across the country, will enter our region on November 30th. Performers Jade Eagleson and Tegan Gaze will make their way across the Northeast. It'll move into the Parry Sound area on November 30th and will end that night in Sudbury. On December 1st, it'll take off from Cartier, making its way through Chapleau and end that day in White River. And then on December 2nd, it'll leave from Pic-Mobert before moving its way into the Northwest. It's called Level Up Skilled Trades Fair, and it's underway in Sudbury. This city is one of 12 stops for Skilled Trades Ontario. CTV's Madison Merrier has more.
Skilled Trades Ontario is hoping to engage more than 50,000 students this year at Level Up, showing them the future trades has to offer.
It's an event being put on by the Ministry of Labour, Immigration, Training and Skills Development to introduce students to rewarding careers in the skilled trades and change sort of the narrative that has taken place over many years, right? Showing that these are rewarding careers, they're well-paying careers, and there are other opportunities out there than sort of the traditional paths.
It's an opportunity for them just to give them a taste of trades and just to let them know how many trades there are. Like, it's baffling, and most of them have never heard of them.
For many students, the hands-on experience at the fair lit a spark for future in trades.
Oh, definitely, for sure. I'm thinking being an engineer, and I thought all of these trades, engineers have different skills in all of them.
I'm interested in mechanics since it's really cool, and I like fixing a lot of stuff.
I'm really looking into going into like mechatronics or mechanical engineering for high school, and I wouldn't have even thought of it as an option before I did robotics, but now it just seems like so much more realistic because I'm doing it right now.
A lot of booths were set up where union representatives, apprenticeship programs, colleges, and employers were teaching the benefits of the trades through interactive educational tools.
We've got a lot of fun activities for the youth to play here today. We have our friends at NORCAT who have brought their experiential virtual reality to really understand safety and training. We've got a drone that they're flying underground. We also have our friends at Cover Gals who are here, and we've got the students trying on inclusive PPE.
By showing them the variety and exposing them and kind of guiding them towards those trades, we can kind of avoid maybe a further trade shortage that we're experiencing right now.
Level Up will be heading to 2 other northern cities like Timmins and Thunder Bay before the fair ends in December. Madison Merrier, CTV News, Sudbury.
A team of scientists in Sudbury are examining the link between wastewater metals and antibiotic resistance. Researchers at the Health Sciences North Research Institute are studying how exposure to heavy metals such as copper, lead, and mercury affects the way bacteria are developing resistance to antibiotics. The idea for this came during the pandemic when wastewater was regularly being tested. Antibiotic resistance makes bacterial, viral, and fungal infections harder to treat.
The presence of antimicrobial resistance is spreading in different countries that even have much worse situations than we have here. But at the same time, to have surveillance and know how we are with the spread of the antimicrobial resistance, it's an important thing, because I think probably most likely it will be the next bigger problems that will affect our healthcare system.
The project is still in its early stages, and the team is collecting samples from wastewater plants across the region. Still ahead tonight on CTV News. A rocky calendar could have a big impact on one of Sault Ste. Marie's premier curling events. More on that in a moment. A relatively quiet night over in the hockey world for our northern teams. Only one game to speak of, and that was in Sudbury over in the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League. The Sudbury Cubs faced off against a tough Hearst Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks coming into the game fast and furious with a 4-point lead in the first period alone. Hearst hangs on for the win against the Cubs. Final score 6-2. Scheduling conflicts are going to have a large impact on Sault Ste. Marie's premier curling event. The annual Henderson Medal Fall Classic is just 2 weeks away, and organizers say it's going to be smaller than last year. This year's Fall Classic is losing a third of its players. Last year, considerable growth was seen, with 28 teams visiting the Soo, including a waiting list of at least 7 more squads. This year, only 18 teams will descend on the border city. The event still boasts 4 of the top 12 teams, including back-to-back winners of the Fall Classic, Team Dunstone.
Pan-Continental is in conflict with our event. The pre-Olympic trials is also in conflict. Plus, we have the Olympic trials coming up. We just had the PointsBet Invitational. It's just been difficult in terms of scheduling, not so much for us, but for the teams.
The event runs from October 23rd to the 26th. Harnden says fans will likely view it as similar to the first edition of the Fall Classic, though he's sure next year it will be prepped for growth once again. Sudbury's Kivy Park marked a major environmental achievement today, the planting of its 100,000th tree. The city's mayor and community members were on hand for the celebration, witnessing the final 10 saplings going into the ground. The 5-year regreening initiative started with an initial goal of just 10,000 trees, but that goal grew after A&M Remediation partnered with the park and committed to reaching the 6-figure milestone. Those involved with the project say it demonstrates the power of community.
We're a small organization. It's a really big thing for us to complete and to be ambassadors and lead by example of what a small organization can accomplish, whether it be an individual can plant 10 trees or something like Kivy Park can do 100,000. It's something that we can all do to give back.
Different groups of businesses and school kids from local schools were planting trees, and a lot of the park staff, and some of us, we would come in and pitch in, during the season, so spring, summer, fall, to plant the trees. So it took quite a lot to get to here.
It just goes to show our history of Sudbury as well as planting trees. That's a bit of our backbone of the history of our community for the last 50 years, and the fact that we're continuing to plant as many trees that we can. I think it's a testament to obviously the will of the group here.
In 5 years, it's estimated more than 900 community members dedicated 3,500 hours to the project. Well, finally for us tonight, 5 schools in West Nipissing are celebrating after raising thousands of pounds in food for the municipality's food bank. CTV's Eric Teschner was there for the big drop-off.
Cheers and smiles. It's a celebration tinged with orange, the color of Franco Cite Catholic Secondary School, as students pass bags of food to the next person in line. A human chain formed, handing them along to the food bank stores.
Inflation is a big thing. A lot of people are losing their jobs, so it's just very important. Food is a necessity, right?
Full of enthusiasm, students of 4 elementary schools and 1 high school went out door to door last night collecting non-perishable food items and cash donations.
Everyone's always so nice and so appreciative to be a part of it. They're so happy to give us whatever they can, and we appreciate every single donation that we get.
The generosity is so high, especially this year. We had a hard time communicating with people with the post-Canada strike. We couldn't give out pamphlets, and yet people still came out.
This tradition is in its 25th year. Teacher Yves Lafreniere organized the human chain idea with the help of 3 others, looking to create a school community project as a way of showing appreciation for the public support for the school over the years.
Students are really eager to come and do une canne ça dépend. They really want to do it every year.
Last year, the schools broke their own record, collecting a total of £22,000 and $4,300 in cash donations. This year, they're just a little shy of that, but still a whopping £20,000 and $1,800 in cash.
Anything makes a difference, and 20K is so much that it changes a life.
It couldn't have come at a better time for the food bank. Just last night, the shelves were almost bare. Food bank coordinators expect this will help feed clients until early spring.
We used to get 50 to 60 people come through our doors. Last month we had 174 in one day. And when you add up all the people at home, it's just under 400 people that we feed.
Donations can still be dropped off this weekend at the food bank. And at a time of giving and sharing, a large school community knows that it's done its part.
Strength of the community, strength of the school, and it's just the atmosphere is so good.
Eric Tashner, CTV News, Sturgeon Falls.
Way to go, kids. That is awesome. That takes us to the end of our newscast this Thursday night. For the latest news anytime, remember you can head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. You can also download our CTV News app. Thanks for watching. Good night.